Good Thursday afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Keely Chalmers with a look at your much warmer and much sunnier forecast. Drying out today, clearing out. We've got a lot of sunshine. Feels fantastic. If you can, take a moment, head outdoors, and just sit in the sun. It feels great. Temperatures certainly not too hot today, with highs climbing into the upper 60s to close to 70 degrees. We are going to be in the 80s by the end of the weekend, so big warm up, and we're going to stay in the 80s for several days. So we are in store for a very, I would say, summer-like forecast, at least for a bit. And then we go back to spring by the middle of next week. So it is going to be short-lived as we take a live look. This is from our Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel camera, where you can see I-70 traffic, no problem. The roads dry. We are seeing those clouds though move in. Scattered showers, storms up in the high country today, but down here at the lower elevations we are clear. We're looking good. Just a few clouds out there. We'll call it partly cloudy, 67 degrees. Well, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. How about that? Current temperatures are in the 60s and some 70s across the plain. 72 right now in Ray. We're at 66 in Fort Collins, 60 degrees in Colorado Springs, 62 in Lyman. We're at 51 degrees in Leadville, 65 in Eagle, and 71 degrees in Grand Junction. So today, mostly sunny, a little bit more cloud coverage in the forecast than we initially thought. We are seeing those clouds moving over the high country, some of them sliding down over the foothills onto the plains. 69 degrees again, our forecast high, so we're looking mainly 60s and 70s, low 70s for the most part across the plains. 40s, 50s, and some 60s up in the mountains. So here's a live look at our radar, and we are starting to see those showers, thunderstorms roll in over the high country for the most part. A few showers and storms bubbling up over the eastern plains south of I-70 as well. Now, we're not expecting anything severe, but still a lot of moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere. We had a ton of rain, and so still a lot, still a lot of moisture down there at the surface layer of the atmosphere. So the lower levels of the atmosphere, a lot of moisture in there. You get that afternoon heating, you get that sunshine, a little bit of warmth, and that's where you create that instability. So we are starting to see the convective nature thunderstorms and showers start to pop up. Possibly even a little bit of a rain-snow mix across the I-70 corridor up in the passes, but again, not expecting any travel impacts with that. Just may hear some rumbles of thunder up there in the mountains and again across the eastern plains this afternoon. This is a trend, pretty typical pattern for this time of the year, and we'll likely see this over the next several days. So there's that area of low pressure, the storm system that brought us the heavy rain. It is shifting off to the east, and look at that big old ridge of high pressure moving in, not just across Colorado, but across much of this country, and that is going to keep us, for the most part, dry. Again, we are going to get those a little bit of afternoon heating, and then those showers and storms will bubble up most days, and again, mainly in the high country, but can't rule out one or two isolated storms sliding down across the plains as well. Forecast lows overnight, we're looking at 30s and 40s across the plains. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 74 degrees. Our normal high for this time of the year is 68. So we're a good 6 degrees above that. And again, another round of mountain storms tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in 60s and 70s across the plains tomorrow. Once again, 40s, 50s, and some 60s up in the mountains. So here's a look at your Friday forecast as we put that into motion. This is 3:30 on Friday, and again, pretty widespread showers, scattered showers up in the mountains. Again, a little bit of snow at those higher elevations, and again, we're not expecting any severe thunderstorm, but we could certainly see hear some rumbles of thunder and see some small hail, heavy downpours with these storms moving through. But again, looking mainly dry across the plains. And here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Boy, we are talking about a big warm up. So again, highs today looking like they're going to top out in the upper 60s, but we are clearing out. We have mountain storms in the forecast tomorrow afternoon. We also have them in the forecast for Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon as well. It could be pretty strong on Sunday, which is Mother's Day, up in the high country, but at this point we're looking pretty nice down at the lower elevation. So we're in the mid-70s by tomorrow, upper 70s by Saturday. It is going to be a beautiful weekend. For Mother's Day, we're looking at a forecast high of 84 degrees. Again, we got some mountain showers and storms in the forecast for Sunday. Not quite record heat on Sunday. The record is 90 degrees. That was set back in 2022. And then we also have a record of 90 degrees on Monday as our temperatures warmed to about 86 degrees for a forecast high. So once again, pretty close to record territory. Still looking warm on Tuesday, 85. On Wednesday, a little bit of a pattern switch as we have some active weather. It looks at this point will be moving in, so that could bring us some thunderstorms, some heavy rain. The storm seems to be tracking a bit further north, but again, if it shifts at all, we could be in store for some active weather starting mid-week. But again, we'll keep tracking that. So let's not think about that quite yet. That's the middle part of the week, Wednesday on. Let's focus on this weekend. It is Mother's Day. It's also my dad's birthday tomorrow afternoon. I think it's going to be a great evening to have a little birthday dinner outside. Saturday is looking fantastic. It's going to just be a nice weekend. I think it's going to be a great weekend to get outside, have a picnic, enjoy a nice stroll in the sunshine, and just say thanks to your mom for being, well, your mom. That is a quick look at your forecast on this Thursday. It is looking like a good one this weekend, no question. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Keely Chalmers. Thanks so much for joining us. You go outside and enjoy that sun.